I'm going to continue playing my thematic saga campaign, playing the first quest in the Land of Shadow expansion, Passage in the Marshes. And deck 1 is going to be a Messenger of the King. You cannot choose more than 2 heroes during setup. Choose a non-neutral unique ally from your deck and put it into play. Add the sum of that ally's printed willpower, attack, and defense, and hit points to your starting threat. Then flip this card over and attach it to that ally. Attached ally loses the ally card type and gains the hero card type. Attached character cannot be readied more than once per phase. Messenger of the King is immune to player card effects while attached character is in play. If attached character leaves play, remove Messenger of the King from the game. In this deck, I had to come up with different characters. So I've got Sam Gamgee with his noble hero attached. And Rosie is always on Sam's mind. So she's going to be my Messenger of the King. And Gladry is always there for advice and helping out with the Star Glass. And then the Frodo I'm going to be using is from the Black Riders expansion. And this deck is a song deck because there's a lot of songs that happen when they go across the dead marshes. Gollum's singing a bunch of songs. And deck 2 is a Grey Wanderer deck. You cannot choose more than one starting hero. Setup. Search your deck for an attachment with a printed cost of 1 and put it into play. Then flip this card over. The first non-unique card you play each planning phase does not require a resource match. Action. Exhaust this card and raise your threat by 1 to choose 2. Ready? Your starting hero. Add 2 resources to your starting hero's resource pool, or heal 3 damage from your starting hero. And eagles are always flying about, bringing information and distracting the enemy. So I'm having a Grey Wanderer Gwai here. And I'm going to have Strider attached. So it gets +2 willpower when you have 5 or less characters, and doesn't exhaust the quest when you have 2 or less heroes. And each player has to shuffle a copy of the Searching Eye into their deck. When you draw it, you either exhaust all your heroes or reveal an encounter card. We've got our leaf wrap Limbus, 3 golden hairs, mithril shirt, Sting, and Hotam Bombadil. Now we shuffle the Ill Fate into the encounter deck. And our Gandalf's Delay, where we skip the draw step. And then Overcome by Grief. "1A. The Taming of Smeagol. Frodo and Sam left the Fellowship above the Falls of Rhoras and crossed the great river to climb the Emyn Muil upon the eastern shore. After days of wandering through that maze of rocky crags, they have finally reached the edge of the dead marshes, only to discover that Gollum is following them. Put Gollum into play, engage with the first player. Each player searches the encounter deck for one location, reveals it, and adds to the staging area. Shuffle the encounter deck." So we got Gollum, 30 engagement cost, 2/2/2/5, immune to non-fellowship player card effects. Gollum engages the first player. Forced. After Gollum engages the first player during the refresh phase, he makes an immediate attack. When Gollum is defeated, flip him to Smeagol and exhaust him. And then for the counter deck, we're getting Softmires and Evil Smelling Fens. "1B. 6 quest points. Things would have gone ill with Sam if he had been alone, but Frodo sprang up and drew Sting from his sheath. The players cannot advance unless the first player controls Smeagol. Forced. After a player declares any number of attackers against Gollum, discard the top card of the encounter deck. Gollum gets plus X defense for this attack, where X is the card's threat. Sam gets a bonus for Gollum engaging. For our opening hands. Sting, Test of Will, Limbus, Duran's Ruins, Silver Circlet, and the Red Book of Westmarch. We're going to keep this hand. Shuffle the Searching Eye into the encounter deck. Over to the eagle deck. They're flopping around already. Timely Aid, Descendant of Surindir, Williador, Descendant of Surindir, Out of the Wild, and a support of the Eagle. So it keeps its hand. Shuffle in this Searching Eye. Gandalf's Delay, we skip the draw step. Soft Galadriel. Lower threat by 1 because our starting threat is 21. And starting threat for the Eagle deck is 13. Nenya. Spend 1 to put a Nenya onto Galadriel. Duran's Ruins. Draw 2 cards. And discard a card. We're going to spend 2 and put a Sting onto Frodo. +1 attack, defense, and willpower. Now we're going to go over to the Eagle deck. We're going to play a Timely Aid. It only costs 1. That's the first card we play. We search the top 5 cards of our deck for an ally and put it into play. We're going to put in Meneldor, and that puts 2 progress onto the Evil Smelling Fens. So that was nice, and being able to shuffle that Searching Eye back into my deck. Now we're going to quest. There is 5 in the staging area. We're going to quest for 6. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Spell Light. Peril. When revealed, put the topmost undead enemy into the counter deck into play. Engage with you. Well, there's no cards in the counter discard pile. Shifting Cogmire, Surge, Creeping Marshes, Doom 1, Surge, Soft Mires. So that added 3. So we quest successfully by 4. And raise our threat by 1. Travel to the Soft Mires. Now, combat. Gollum is going to attack. We're going to block with Gwai here. makes an additional attack. Take it undefended. Raise your threat by attacking the enemy's threat. 2. Put 2 damage onto Galadriel. Now we're going to attack. We're going to raise our threat by 1 to ready up Gwahir. And attack with Gwahir for 4. And Frodo for 4. Because our any boost is attacked by 2 with Rosie. So we're attacking for 8. Gollum's defense is 4. At least we got the ring race out of the counter deck. So he takes 2 damage. Now we go to the refresh phase. This is cleared with the Mire tokens. If you put a Mire token for on each location, and if it's the Mire X is equal to the number of tokens, it's discarded, and you have to do the forced effect. And here we got to do double because of the creeping marshes. So this is explored. Raise your threat by 1 for each location in the victory display, or put 1 random back into the staging area. Well, there's no locations in the victory display. Soft Mires, we got to reveal the top card of the encounter deck. Haunted Mare, and we've got 2 that go onto the Evil Smelling Fens. And now Gollum is going to engage the Eagle deck, and we're going to take it undefended. No shadow, 2 damage. Support of the Eagles. We're going to raise our threat by 1, heal up Gwahir, and get 2 resources. I'm going to play for our first card of Out of the Wild. It only costs 1. You're going to search the top 5 cards counter deck for a non-victory, non-objective card and put it in the victory display. You're going to put the Call for the Ring into the victory display. Hina's lances are now 3. Now we're going to put a Williador into play. And that readies up Gwahir. We're going to go over to the Hobbit deck. Elrond's Console. We're going to put the Red Book of Westmarch under Rosie. All Hobbit characters get +1 willpower while Rosie is questing. I'm going to leave a resource up for a Test of Will or a Hasty Stroke. There is 4, 5, 6, 7 in the staging area. We're going to quest for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Thirteen, 14, 15, 16. Groping Dead and a Dead Things. That is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Request successfully by 4. We're going to play a Elrond's Console. Reduce the threat by 3. So we made 1 progress. And this is explored. Now we're going to use Galadriel to reduce the threat by 1 more and draw a card. And we're going to raise each of our threats by 1 to travel to the evil-smelling fens. And go to the combat phase. We're going to take this attack undefended with Gollum. No shadow, 2 damage. Now we're going to attack back for 3, 4, 5, 9 against Gollum. He gets 0 defense, so he's flipped and exhausted. Now we go to the refresh phase. We got to put a 1 Mire token out. And we go to the next round. Spend 1 to keep Willidor in play. Spend 1 from Frodo. Any player can trigger the effect. Silver Harp. And Rosie gets a resource requesting successfully. We're not going to play anything. Go over to the Eagle deck. And raise our threat by 1. We get 2 resources. And heal up Y here. Now we're going to spend 4 and put a Descendant of Thurandir into play. And he does 2 damage to the Groping Dead. Now we're going and ready up Y here. Now we're going to quest. There's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in the staging area. Now we're questing for 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10, 11, 12, 13. 14, 15, 16, 17. against 9. Groping Dead, and a Candle Bearer. That had 5. So we quest successfully by 3. I'm going to add Galadriel. Get 4 more. So we quest successfully by 7. That puts 2 here. And 5 here. We go to the next stage. Exploring the fens. 2A, across the marshes. The hobbits soon found that what had looked like one vast fen was really an endless network of pools and soft mires, and winding half-strangled watercourses. Among them, a cunning eye and foot could tread a wandering path, the 2 towers. When revealed, if the number of locations in the staging area is less than the number of players in the game, discard cards from the encounter deck until a location is discarded, then add the discarded location to the staging area. Well, it's evil smelling fens. 2B, 12 quest points. Progress cannot be placed on locations in the staging area. The players cannot advance unless the first player controls Smeagol, and there are at least 4 locations in the victory display. At the end of the staging step, if the number of locations in the staging area is less than the number of players in the game, reveal the top card of the encounter deck. We're going to exhaust Smeagol and travel to the Haunted Mare. Now we're going to engage Groping Dead. We're going to block with Gwai here. Raise your threat by the attacking enemy's threat. That's going to be 2. And 3 defense, 3 attack, no damage. Then we're going to attack with Willidor for 3, Meneldor for 2, and Descendant of Thorindir for 2, for a total of 7, and destroy the Groping Dead. At the end of the refresh phase, we put a Mire token on the evil smelling fens. Gollum comes over. We spend a resource to keep Willidor in play. And we go to the next round. Oh, we got to exhaust character to reveal an encounter card. So I can't exhaust, he's already exhausted, so I got to reveal an encounter card. Dead Things. And we're going to raise our threat by 1 and give 2 resources. Ready up Y here. Now we're going to play a Descendant of Thorindir and put 2 damage onto the Groping Dead, destroying it. I'll go over to the Hobbit deck. Duran's Ruins. I'm going to play Duran's Ruins, draw 2 cards. We're going to discard a card. So the Mirror of Galadriel onto Galadriel. And that's all we're going to do. Now questing. We're going to quest for 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 17, 18. And there is 12 in the staging area. Creeping Marshes. Doom 1. Surge. Haunted Mirror. And a Morgul Race. That would add a total of 4, 8 to the staging area. We're going to use the Frodo's ability. Spend a resource and shuffle this back into the encounter deck and reveal an encounter card. He hates them. We're going to play a Test of Will and cancel that effect. So Golem's not going to make an additional attack. Haunted Mirror. So that's 4. So we added 8. 20. And exhaust Galadriel to add 4. So we quest successfully by 2. So we get a resource. Now we're going to travel phase. We can't travel, so then counter phase. We're going to engage at Dead Things. And we're going to block it with Y here. No shadow, 1 damage. Then we're going to attack for 7 with Willy Door and Descendants of Sarandir and destroy the dead. And now we go to the refresh phase, and we have to put 2 mire tokens on each location in the staging area. That clears out the evil smelling fens, dealing a damage to each character. And then both the haunted mires go off. We have to search the encounter deck, discard pile for an undead enemy, reveal it, and add to the staging area. We get some roping dead. Oh yeah. Spend a resource to keep Willie Dorn play. Go to the next round. Fast hitch. And spend 1 and put a fast hitch under Rosie. Go over to the Eagle deck. Raise our threat by 1. Heal up Y here and get 2 resources. And we're going to put a support of the Eagles on the Y here. Now we're going to play a Flight of the Eagles. And return Willidor to my hand. Put 2 progress on the active location. Ready up Y here. And shuffle the Eagles of the North into the encounter deck. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, so we do the bonus back. Now questing. We're going to quest for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And there is 10 in the staging area. We got a stagnant pools and another stagnant pools. So that added 6. So they tied. We're going to exhaust Rosie to add 3. So that puts 2 onto the main quest, exploring the haunted Myers. Now we're going to exhaust Galadriel, add 4 more, go up to 6. We're actually going to give it to Rosie, so she gets 4 plus 4, so that's another 4, bring all the way up to 10. Now we're going to exhaust. We have 2 locations, so we don't have to reveal any. We're going to exhaust Smeagol and travel to the stagnant pools. And engagement, we have to engage the Groping Dead. Optionally engage the Groping Dead over here, and he comes down over here. And deal out shadow cards. We're going to block with Williador. If this attack destroys a character, place 1 Mire token. It doesn't. Williador takes 1 damage. Now we're going to block with Gwai here. And we have a hasty stroke. Yes, we're going to take it undefended. No shadow. Nice to get rid of that mortal race. And we take 3 damage. Now for attacking back. We're going to attack with Gwai here. And he's going to exhaust the support of the Eagles to get 3 attack. And destroy this Groping Dead. And then we're going to attack with these 2 for 4 and deal 3 damage to this Groping Dead. And then we go to the refresh phase. Now the end of the round. And we have to spend 1 to keep Williador in play. And Rosie gets a resource requesting successfully. We're going to raise our threat by 1 to get 2 resources and heal up 3 damage. And we're going to play a Meneldor. Ready up Williador and put 2 progress onto the actual location. Go over to the Hobbit deck. We're going to put our Silver Harp onto Galadriel. Now we're going to search the top 10 cards of our deck for a card. And put it into our hand. Tempting to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to put the searching eye in my hand. And it's not drawing it, so it has no effect. Now, discard a random card. We're going to use the silver harp and put it back in our hand. Now we're going to put a staff of Levithron on the Frodo. Go to the questing. There is 3, 6, 10 in the staging area. We're going to quest for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 16. Evil smelling fens and a dead things. So we added 3, 6. It broke even. We're going to exhaust, ready up and exhaust Rosie for 3. And then exhaust Gladriel for 4. Oh, we'll do the same thing again, but giving that for start over. We're going to exhaust Galadriel to give Rosie 4. And then we're going to exhaust Rosie to give 7, going up to 27. So we quest successfully by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 5 goes here, exploring that, and 6 go here. 16. And that's enough to go to the next stage because we have 4 in the staging area. "3A. Don't look at the lights. For a moment, the water below him looked like some window glazed with grimy glass, through which he was peering. Retching his hands out of the bog, he sprang back, and with a cry, 'There are dead things, dead faces in the water,' he said with horror. The 2 towers. When revealed, each player searches the encounter deck and discard pile for an undead enemy and puts it into play engage with him. Shuffle all locations in the victory display into the encounter deck." And 3B, "Don't look at the lights. 24 quest points." Gollum laughed. "The dead Marshes. Yes, yes. That is their name." He cackled. "You should not look in when the candles are lit." The 2 towers. While any player is engaged with an undead enemy, progress cannot be placed on this stage. The players cannot defeat this stage unless the first player controls Smeagol. If the players defeat this stage, they win the game. So we have to search for counter deck for a enemy and shuffle all these in. And discard pile. Gonna get some groping dead. We're going to exhaust Smeagol and travel to the stagnant pools. We don't have to engage anything. Deal out shadow cards. We're going to block with Y here. Raise your threat by attacking enemy's threat. It's 2. So Y here takes no damage because we're going to exhaust the support of the Eagles. Oh, he doesn't take any damage because he's got 3 defense. I will take this undefended. No shadow. 3 damage. He's attacking for 3. We're going to block with LOTR. And LOTR is destroyed. That readies up Y here. Actually, we have Overcome by Grief will come first because it's a forced. So he can't ready up. Then we're going to attack with the Descendant of Thorndir for 2 and destroy this Groping Dead and attack the other one and deal 1 damage. Actually, he doesn't exhaust a character. It's only if another character is destroyed. So he does ready. We can attack for 7 and destroy this one. Or still engage with 1. Now we have to put out a Mire token. Then we go to the next round. Now we're going to spend 1 to keep LOTR. Oh, LOTR is gone. We get a resource requesting successfully. So we're up to 10 resources on Rosie. We're going to use the mirror. We're going to get a test of will. Discard a random card. We're going to play use the silver harp and put it back in our hand. Not going to play anything. Timely aid. Going to raise our threat by 1. We get 2 resources. And hit. And ready up Y here. And then we're going to play Kina's Lances for 3. And we can't reduce our threat. Okay. So we're going to play a Support of the Eagles. And put that on the Gui here. Now we're going to quest. There's 3, 6, 9, 12 in the staging area. We're questing for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, fell light, but the topmost undead enemy, no. I'm going to play a test of will and cancel that. Candle bearer. So we added 3. Now we're going to exhaust Galadriel to give Rosie 4. So now we quest successfully by 7. That clears out the stagnant pools. And we can't put any progress on the main quest. Raise our threat by 1. Travel to the evil smelling fens. And these 2 are coming down to engage. One is going to engage here. The other one's going to engage here. That readies up Sam. You get a resource. Requesting successfully. Now we're going to block with Gollum. Deal 1 damage to the defending character. And then he takes 2 damage, so we got 3 damage. Block with Gui here. No shadow. We're going to use our support the Eagles to give him +1 defense, so he takes no damage. Now we're gonna. Oh, this also attacks. block with Y here again. Till the end of the round, attacking enemy can't take damage. So we're going to attack for 4 and deal 2 damage to the dead things. And then Sam's going to attack for 1, 2, 3, 4 with Rosie and deal 2 damage to these dead things. Now we go to the next round. Raise our threat by 1. Heal up Y here and get 2 resources. I'm going to put a Vassal of the Windlord into play. Oh, first we want to put anything else into play. We're going to play a Timely Aid. It's going to cost 4. We get to search the top 5 cards of our deck for an ally and put it into play. We're going to put a Descendant of Thurindir into play. And that's its 2 damage to the Candlebearer. And readies up Y here. Now we're going to put a Support the Eagles onto Y here. Go over to the Hobbit deck. We're going to do the mirror. Song of Wisdom. We're going to get the Song of Wisdom. We're going to put it back into our hand with the silver harp. Now we're going to play the Song of Wisdom, put it onto Rosie. Spend 1 and put a Limbus on the Guai here. Spend another 1. And put a Limbus on the Guai here. Why don't we spend another 1? Put another Limbus on the Guai here. He needs food. Now we're going to quest. There is 6 in the staging area. Got 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We took off 4. And we're going to take off 4. Not quest with Frodo. So we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Soft Myers. And another, and a stagnant pools. So that added 5, going up to 11. Going to exhaust Gladriel to give 4 to Rosie. And then we're going to exhaust Rosie to add 1, 2. So do we want to just quest for 3? And we're going to clear this, exhausting Rosie to add 7. That's enough to clear this. And we quest successfully, so we get a resource bringing us up to 10. Now we're going to exhaust Gollum and travel to the stagnant pools. Actually, we're just going to raise our threat by 1 and travel to the Soft Myers. Now these are engaging. They're both going to engage over here. We're going to take this attack undefended. No shadow. Take 3 damage. I'm going to ready up with Limbus and heal it up. I'm going to block Candle Bearer. Squy here. Raise your threat by attacking enemy's threat. That's going to be 3. We have 2 more attacks. We're going to damage go through, so we take 2 damage. Gonna ready up with Limbus and heal up the damage. Block this one. No shadow. Take 2 damage. This is attacking for 4. We're going to ready up with unexpected. We're going to block, ready up with unexpected courage, and then block. No shadow. Take 1 damage. Then we're going to use our last Limbus and ready up. And over here, attacking for 4. We're going to block with Y here. And take 1 damage. We're going to use our support the Eagles. So we take no damage. Now we can attack back. 8, destroy him. 3. 6. Okay, we're attacking for 2, 4, 6. And he's got 2. Attacking for a total of 12 altogether. We need 6 here and 6 here, so that an attack for 2, 3, 4, destroy this guy, and then attack for 2, or 2, 4, 6, and then 2, 4, 6, and destroy this one. Now we go to the end of the round. This is one progress on one Maya resource on it. And we go to the next round. Hasty stroke. We're going to use the mirror. We're going to get Frodo's intuition. Now we're just going to use the Sylvan this harp to keep the random card in my hand. We're going to play this and draw 3 cards. Unexpected Courage, Frodo's Intuition, and a Fast Hitch. I'm going to put a Unexpected Courage on the Gwai here. Play a Fast Hitch. And put that on to Frodo. Over to the Eagle deck. Winged Guardian. I'm going to spend 1 for the Vassal of the Windlord into play, and it readies up Gwai here. Questing, there's 4 in the staging area. I can quest for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then Gwai here makes 10. And that's all we're going to do. Groping Dead and a Fell Light. Put the topmost undead enemy in the encounter discard pile into play engaged with you. Each undead enemy engaged with you makes an immediate attack. That's all. These are making an immediate attack. Wire has 3 blocks. Okay. We're going to block with Y here. Deal 1 damage to the defending character. Now we're going to exhaust. Oh, then we're going to take. So we'll take. Exhaust 1 of the support of the Eagles to get an extra defense. So we have 4 defense. So we take 1 damage. Ready up with Unexpected Courage. Block him. No damage, and he can't take damage until the end of the round. Now block him, and no damage. Now we're going to use our contract during that action window and ready and heal him up. So he's used all his readying ability. So we added 2. So he cut successfully by 4, and that explores that. We're not going to travel anywhere. He's going to engage over here. Now we deal out shadow cards. We're going to block with, we got 1, 3 defense. We're going to block the Groping Dead with Frodo. And it does 0 damage. No shadow. No damage. We're going to block with Frodo again. Does 0 damage. And then we're going to use Rosie to give him plus 2 defense, so he's got 5 defense. And raise your threat by 1 for each undead enemy engaged with you. That's 2. Over here, we're going to block with Y here. And no shadow. And we're going to exhaust the support of the Eagles to get an extra defense, so no damage. We're going to, it's just Descendant of Thrandir, we're going to block the Groping Dead. No shadow, we take 1, he's destroyed. And Gwai here can't ready till end of the round because of the overcome by fear. We're going to use another Descendant of Thrandir to block. Deal 1 damage to the defending character. We're going to use a Hasty Stroke to cancel that effect. And this is destroyed. Now attacking back, we have, he can't take damage. Attack back for 7. We have Gollum for 2. 5. Has to destroy a Groping Dead. And the Vassal goes away. And Gollum is exhausted. And now we have 4. We can attack and deal 2 damage to a Candle Bearer. And at the end of the round, we put out a resource token and go to the next round. Eagles of the Misty Mountains. Raise our threat by 1. We get 2 resources and ready up. Surrender. Or get ready to go here. Now we're going to put the Winged Guardian into play. Now we're going to go over to the... Oh, before we took our turn, we were going to have this deck draw cards that we can't reduce our threat. Oh, a Song of Travel. That was nice. I'm going to use the mirror. Let's see, do we have any hasty strokes here? Yes, we do. We're going to get a Unexpected Courage. We want Guai here to stay up. Spend 1 and make Rosie a Song of Travel. Give me here the spirit icon. We're going to exhaust. Spend 2. Put Unexpected Courage on the Guai here. Spend 1. Put a fast hitch onto Frodo. Spend 2 and put the Silver Circlet onto Rosie. Spend 2. Put a Fireside Song onto Rosie, and she gets plus 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to quest. We get 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 against 5. These are all engaged. Bitter Reek. Either raise your threat by 1 for each character you control that is committed to the quest, or deal 1 damage to each character committed to the quest. I'll deal 1 damage to each character committed to the quest. So we have no characters committed. We have 1 character committed. And a Mortal Race. Now, do we want to keep him out? Yes, okay, he can stay. That's 5, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So he quests successfully. Rosie gets a resource. And this guy is going to be engaging. He'll engage this deck here. Get it ready up. Now, I'm not going to travel. Go to combat. We're going to block we have how many readies? 1, 2, 3. I'm just going to get all these out. Plus we have our contract. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attacks. Wire can attack for 6. That destroys almost everything, and you would attack for 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we're going to block the candle bearer with Gwai here. No shadow. We're going to exhaust support to give +4 defense. Then we're going to ready up and block the dead things with Gwai here, right? Yeah. And no shadow, no damage. We're going to use Frodo to block the groping dead. No shadow, or no, not concerned, no shadow, so he takes no damage. We'll ready up with a fast hitch. Now, we're going to block the Morgul Wraith with Y here. No shadow. Ready up. And block the dead things with, we're not gonna, block the dead things with, we won't ready up. And block the dead things with Wing Guardian. And no shadow, no damage. And do we want to let that go? He'll have 1, 2, 3, 4. We let it go, we'd have 2 attacks. One would destroy this. And we're just going to keep him. Spend a resource. Take that back. We'll let him go. Ready up Y here. Now attacking back. So we keep this resource. We're going to attack back with Y here and exhaust. Support the other support of the Eagles to get +2 attacks. We got 6 attack. And we're going to attack with Frodo, and we've got Rosie to give him +7 attack. So he's going to attack and destroy this guy. Ready up with fast hitch and destroy this guy. These two are going to come over and destroy him. And then Gwai here is going to attack for 6 and destroy this. and then ready up. And now we go to the end of the round. Put a resource here. Rosie got one for questing successfully. Silver harp. Use our mirror. I get a silver circlet. Keep the color cards in our hand. Now we're going to play a Frodo's Intuition. Spend 2 and draw 3 cards. Song of Hope onto Rosie. So Silver Harp onto Galadriel. Silver Circlet. I'm going to play an Out of the Wild. I'm going to search the top 5 cards. We're going to get rid of We Hates Them. And now I have to shuffle these back in. Fireside Song, we'll put it on to Sam. He gets +1. Now we're going to go over to the Eagles. Eagles are coming. Look at the top 5. Kind of get, it's just Eagles. So we want to make sure we don't quest more than 3 characters. Oh, we can. Yeah, we can. Actually, we can play Keena's Lances. It only costs 1. And we're going to reduce our threat by 4. We have no dead things engages us. So now we don't have any restrictions. We're going to be getting, it's 1, 2, 3, 6 in the staging area. So we're going to go all in with questing. Smeagol goes over here. And we get our bonus back of extra willpower. Now we're going to raise our threat by 1 to use our contract and ready up. Actually, we don't need to. We can ready up with an unexpected courage. So we're questing for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Spend 3 for the Song of Hope to make it 10. We're going to have Galadriel add 6 to make it 16. Now we're going to exhaust Rosie to add, now we're going to quest with Sam for 6, it's 22. Exhaust Rosie to add 16 to Sam, that makes 38. And Frodo's got 4, that's 42, and they each get a bonus, so that's 43, 44, 45, 46, so 48, and here we've got 4, 5, 6, 7, so 50, at least 55. First card, Soft Myers. Second card is a Bitter Reek. You got to either raise your threat by 1 for each character you control that is committed to the quest, or deal 1 damage to each character committed to the quest. We're going to, actually we can just deal, we're going to raise our threat by 2, by 3. So there, we added 2, so we quest successfully for like 50, close to 50. So we put close to 50 on the quest, we need 24. Because there's no undead cards engages us, or enemies. So there's a win. That was hard fought. Those dead things didn't want to die. I hope you enjoyed it. I would say the MVPs were Unexpected Courage and Limbus. Because we needed all that readying, especially when we had the double tax. So the resolution is each player must choose either take a permanent +2 starting threat penalty or earn 1 copy of Searching Eye. Record each player's choice in the campaign log. We're going to take the +2 starting threat penalty. And I'll see you in the Journey of the Crossroads.